The little girl's voice trembled when she said it. Mom? Mom? The word hit Olivia like a physical force. She froze in the middle of the crowded hospital hallway, her fingers tightening around the paper coffee cup she'd been carrying for hours. Across from her stood Ethan Brooke's successful attorney, exhausted single father, and the man she had married 3 months ago, for reasons that had nothing to do with love. It was supposed to be temporary, a deal, nothing more. Ethan needed a wife to help secure custody of his 6-year-old daughter after a brutal legal battle with his late wife's wealthy parents. Olivia needed money to keep her struggling community bookstore from closing. They had signed papers in silence, moved into the same house like polite strangers, and promised each other one thing: no emotions. But children didn't understand contracts, especially little Sophie. The small girl stood near the hospital chairs clutching her stuffed rabbit, cheeks pale from exhaustion after a severe asthma attack the night before. Her wide eyes stayed fixed on Olivia with complete trust. Mom, Sophie whispered again, reaching for her hand. Please, don't leave. Olivia's heart cracked open, because no one had ever needed her like that before. Not after her own childhood spent bouncing between foster homes where promises disappeared faster than people made them. Ethan looked away, jaw tight with emotion. You don't have to stay, he said quietly. I know, this wasn't part of the arrangement, but... Olivia stayed. She stayed through the breathing treatments, through Sophie's nightmares, through the terrifying moment when doctors rushed into the room after midnight, and when Sophie finally fell asleep safely in her arms. Olivia realized something dangerous. This family no longer felt fake. Days later, Ethan's in-laws arrived unexpectedly with lawyers, determined to prove their home was unstable. Olivia expected Ethan to panic. Instead, he took her hand, not for appearances, not for court, but because he wanted to. I'm tired of pretending, he admitted, voice shaking. Somewhere along the way, you became the best thing that ever happened to us. Olivia could barely breathe. Before she could answer, Sophie ran into the room and wrapped her tiny arms around Olivia's waist. You're staying forever, right, Mom? Tears filled Olivia's eyes as Ethan stepped closer beside her. For the first time in her life, home wasn't a place she was afraid to lose. It was them.